Hi, everybody. Welcome to What a Week. John Keller here with Chris McKinnon. Appreciate you checking in with us as usual. How has the week been?
Not great. Nasty cold. Actually kept me home. I never get sick, but I pulled a legitimate sick day.
All right.
So I'm just going to give you the air bump.
Okay, sounds good, but it's not going to stop us from talking politics this week.
Nothing will.
All right, let's talk about some of the latest polling out there in the Democratic side of things for this race here for 2020. And Liz Warren, she's doing pretty well all of a sudden, I say. But we've seen kind of a trajectory here with Liz Warren.
Well, you know, New Hampshire's a great example of Liz Warren's trajectory. When she started out in January, she didn't do all that well in the polls. There were a lot of skepticism about her up there. Now that she's right up there, threatening, some polls have her in a dead heat for the lead in New Hampshire. And look, you know, she has done a good job of branding herself as, first of all, not a candidate from Massachusetts. She's always talking about her Oklahoma roots,
right,
which is, I think, a smart move, both now and in the general, if she wins the nomination. She's the candidate with the plans. And that's a good brand to have in this day and age when people are sick of just empty rhetoric.
Right.
And she's positioned herself as, you know, definitely to the left of Joe Biden in a primary universe that skews left, but somewhat to the right of Bernie Sanders. She's not a socialist. She says she believes in capitalism. So she's run, I would say, pound for pound, the smartest campaign. And add on top of that, she's a dynamic, tireless campaigner. That's why she is where she is right now. We're taping this before the most recent Democratic primary debate,
right,
where she's expected to become a little bit of a target. But I'd say whatever happened in that debate, I'd say she's got herself an excellent position for this stage of the race.
All right, yeah, especially as we start really starting to gear up here, as we whittle down the race here among Democrats.
Less than 5 months to go till the New Hampshire primary, and early voting in California, Chris, starts even before then, even before the Iowa caucuses.
All right, keep an eye on it.
Yeah, so it's getting real.
Let's head down to D.C. and talk about President Trump here for a minute. And basically, he came out with this proposed ban on flavored e-cigarettes.
Yeah.
And when he sat down with some of the press, he was talking about how Melania Trump, the first lady, was getting involved, spoke a little bit about their son Barron being a teenager, and that's kind of the worry that a lot of parents have out there right now. So thoughts on this move from the Trump administration?
The political professionals in the Trump universe who know what they're doing,
yep,
have got to be worshiping at the altar of Melania Trump this morning. Because this is the best political move that candidate Trump has made in some time,
yep,
in recent memory. Look, this is an issue, the potential health impacts of underage and teen vaping, that is of concern to a lot of parents. Particularly suburban parents, an area of the vote where that's going to be crucial to Trump's reelection prospects. Now, critics are saying, well, yeah, this is a problem, but how about all the young people that die in mass shootings? What are you doing about that? And that's a fair comment, but this is a smart move by Trump. For once, he's not just in the pocket of a big business. He's challenging a big business. He's using his power to do something that I think a lot of voters will see as positive. Poor Barron apparently got caught, you know, with a jewel. But listen, that company, when you're selling bubblegum flavored products and claiming they're not aimed at kids, you know, I was born at night, but not last night.
All right. We'll see how this all plays out,
yep,
too, because you're right. It is a very hot-button topic among parents. They
Absolutely.
talk about it with Kate Merrill every morning, basically.
People are boasting about it.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Is Kate going to vote for Trump now, or we don't want to go there?
Don't want to go, yeah.
No.
I'll have to ask her.
Yeah,
that'll be an off-camera conversation.
I'll tune in for that. Let me know when that's coming on.
You know where we are. And then let's wrap it up here back at home. And Doyle's over at JP shutting its doors. And we were talking just a little bit about this and how it really is kind of a place to gather, especially, you know, it's one of those places where I feel like every Bostonian politician kind of goes through and connects with people. So what do you think about this?
It's sad. And it's sad not so much because of Doyle's, although it definitely will be missed.
Yeah.
It was a friendly place. They know how to draw a Guinness draft, and not every bar does. But as you mentioned, it was sort of a common ground for people to meet, not just politicians, but their constituents. I've been there with political figures, and the patrons in there were not shy about coming over and giving them a piece of their mind. You know, that kind of setting. There aren't that many Republicans in JP, but I would see Republicans in there, and it appeared to me they felt as comfortable as the Democrats did. You know, that speaks to a kind of an attitude, a comity, if you will, a common shared experience that we seem to be lacking these days. So, you know, rest in peace, Doyles. I'm going to try to get over there before they close and have one last Guinness, but I'm sorry to see it go.
You know, when you think about it, when you bring it out to the presidential election here and you see these candidates that are hitting the trail really hard, Iowa obviously is one of the places where you see them meeting with some of these smaller crowds. But do you think we've kind of lost a little bit about that, where it's now all about the big rallies and showing off the size and muscle of the crowd that you can muster?
Yeah, we're definitely losing that, and the Democratic National Committee, with its debate qualification requirements, has thrown another log on that fire, because it's all about, are you raising money from X number of states and your poll numbers. That has encouraged a lot of candidates to cut down on the retail campaigning in Iowa and in New Hampshire, because that's not going to get you into the debate necessarily. And so, yeah, I think when we lose that, we lose something important.
All right, plus having that face-to-face where you can tell your politicians and elected leaders what you think it's always a good thing.
And it was the first time I saw Elizabeth Warren chug a beer, and let me tell you, it was an impressive sight. She didn't spill a drop.
Good for her. John, thank you very much for the inside info right there. Appreciate it. And thanks for checking in with us. We'll see you next time on What a Week.